we're gonna lose momentum again.
Right.
What are you waiting on? You know, that's how I feel. It's just music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make music the rest of my life. Let's get this stuff rolling. And now, just the buzz right now is totally different for myself and the album than just a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Because when the music dropped, they got to hear it, and then now a lot of people was like, okay, cool, let's check it out. And I'm getting a lot more support that I'm very appreciative of. You know what I'm saying?
Your videos were, I mean, you've got so much love with those on, and those are slick looking videos. I like them. And I also like the way that you had the screening over at the, what they call the Sundown?
Yeah,
Kabuki, which is kind of your neighborhood place, right?
Definitely. I grew up in that theater.
So with the videos, how did you get like such slick produced videos done?
We you know what, these guys named Rush Films, they out of San Jose, California. They moved down to Los Angeles. They 3 years ago, it was like my first video was their first video, and luckily those guys are phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they was untapped talent. So when we collaborated, it was perfect. Not only did they bring my song to life, but then Koch brought their vision to life. So it was a perfect match. And I remain loyal to them. They did the SF anthem with me and San Quinn, which is like my biggest thing to date. Like that song is taking us all over the world. And then they did Ballin' on the new song off this album. So they great. Like we lucky to run into them. You know what I'm saying?
So the love that you got initially with MTV helps for the new stuff too, right?
Oh, absolutely. We on the That's the Business album. I mean that's the Business video a few years ago on Koch. We built relationships. We went in there, had meetings with the program directors and stuff, brought them lunch, and kept in contact. So this time around on the independent level, it was a phone call away, and it shocked me how Tuma over there at MTV Jams shows the love he do to us. It's like I could just call him and be like, hey, I got a new one, send it over. He'll send me back the edits, and next thing you know, it's on television. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I don't need a label.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what about the Bay Area, outside of the Bay Area? We know that you get a lot of love here. Places like Kansas appreciate the Bay, but New York doesn't always. So what do you think? What is your take on that?
You know what? New York, it's kind of like it's so much, it's so clogged up over there with other stuff, and you know, it's the home, it's the birthplace of hip hop. And it's the network of the world. It's the centerpiece of the universe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so much going on over there. They don't even have to pay attention to us, I feel. But that's their loss in a way, being kind of like closed-minded. But on the other aspect of it, you can't blame them for it too, because there's so much going on. And being the originators, it's like we're all their offspring. You know what I'm saying? So they at the top, and they gonna always be there, but they got to get they political things together to get back on top as far as record selling, and you know, and Jay-Z and all them dudes, they holding it down. But we, you know, but actually when I'm out there, I got a lot of peoples out there, and they appreciate the music that I make. It's kind of similar to a little bit of what they do.
I think so too. I think it sort of transcends any type of genre. I mean, sort of, you know, pigeonholing. But I wanted to ask you too, like with the new album, how would you describe the new album sound?
The new album sound, it's that it's like when you pop it in and you just drive around it makes you feel like you rolling through the heart of the city. I think the feeling of it is like a it's a mixture between a Jay-Z type of record, but I have West Coast stuff on it. The whole feel of it is just the heart of the city. That's why it was like midway through the album. The original title of the album was Fillmore Rich, and then, you know, that's my other name. It's Big Rich / Fillmore Rich. So that was the title of it in the beginning, and after listening to the tracks and just getting in the mood, and Jay-Z came out here with Mary J. Blige, and they was on the Heart of the City tour.
Okay.
Yeah. So me and Danielle, when we was backstage and all that, and the feeling that he gave me was like, I was like just the whole feeling behind it. San Francisco is like a mini New York City with the metropolitan area, the whole Bay Area, how we broken down into cities, but it's like the boroughs out there in New York. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna show my version of that concept. You know what I'm saying? To do it for my city, because all we got. Me and San Quinn and maybe a couple other people is all we got left in San Francisco. So
Right.
I want to do that. So when you listen to it, you're gonna feel the Haight Street, you're gonna feel the Hunters Point, the Sunnydale, the Lake Views, the San Francisco in the whole. So you just gonna feel like you're rolling through the heart of the city. It's just a
Right.
journey through the city.
Speaking of the heart of the city and the Bay in general, hyphy, the term, I never considered you hyphy. I always felt you were more kind of mob style in the
Yeah.
Bay tradition.
Definitely.
What do you think of the whole thing of hyphy? Was it a blessing or a curse or whatever?
Hyphy was a gift and a curse. The gift part was it got us back on television. It got us noticed, but it pigeonholed us, I should say, because every interview I did during that time was what's up with the hyphy movement? So how does it feel to be a part of the hyphy movement? And I used to always have to correct them, and every time I corrected them, they will like switch it around like I was bashing the hyphy movement. But in actuality, I was like, well, look, I support whatever getting us notoriety across the country. I support that because I would be a fool to try to knock that down where it's getting us attention. But on the flip side, I don't make hyphy music, and I wanted them to understand that it was more than hyphy out here. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was